Hello! I am so excited to be here, and I'm going to be putting on some oils. Stress away. It's so funny, like I don't need really like courage, bravery. I need anti-stress and anxiety. So, yes. Tonight I'm going to be talking about childbirth as well as my story and a little bit about me. So, hi Erin, hi Brooklyn. So happy you guys are on. Hello, hello. Okay, so my name is Lacey. I am a mom of 5 and I'm married to my incredible husband Ken. We live in Pennsylvania and we homeschool and it's awesome. My kiddos are, well, my oldest is almost 8. She'll be 8 next month. And then I have a 6, almost 5, almost 3, and a 10-month-old. Did I miss somebody? Yeah, no, 8? Yeah. Okay, I got them all. So I have a daughter, 3 boys, and a daughter. So it is wild and it is fun and I absolutely love it. Hi, Tracy. So I have notes over here in case you see me looking, so I don't get off on a tangent because I want to make sure that I bring value tonight. And yes, I don't waste anyone's time because I know all of our time is precious. So I did want to read this quote. I don't know who it's from. I found it and it just hits home so hard for me. And it says, "It takes an incredibly brave parent to seek out and accept information that contradicts their past parenting choices. Instead of putting on blinders to protect their ego, they face the truth in order to protect their future children." And I just love that so much because as we grow in our journey, and especially as parents, like we want to make better and wise decisions for our family. And as we do our research and we are able to make more informed decisions, we can make better decisions for our children and for us and for our family and their future. So that's kind of what I would say encompasses my journey. I love to research and I love to learn and then apply that and just keep changing things up and keep trying to do things differently or better or yes, I'm a fan of personal development. So, I was married at 19. It was a fast whirlwind relationship. I met my husband at 18. We dated for 3 months and he went into the Navy. He went to boot camp and school, and in a period of 6, almost 7 months, we saw each other for one weekend and we wrote letters and did all the things. And after that, almost 7 months, we got engaged and he moved to Virginia Beach and we saw each other on weekends, planned a wedding, and in 4 months we were married. So we really got to know each other in marriage. And during that first year of marriage, we had 4 miscarriages and it was really, really hard. He and I joked that it was our island because I had been homeschooled all my life. I'd never been away from my family, or really away from home at all, by myself. And so that was quite the adjustment for me. He was working night shift, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and slept most of the day when I was awake. And then going through all of these miscarriages, and it was just like a really traumatic growing time for me. I grew up very fast in that season, but I had struggled with really bad, irregular, painful, heavy cycles, like ever since I got my period. Not sure why. It might have been genetics or environment or so forth, but I went on birth control like maybe 2 months before we got married and went off of it a month after we were married because we just decided we wanted to have kids right away. So I was on it for a total of 3 months, but it wrecked my body so bad. And I think it was like just enough to push my body over the edge because it was already struggling. So yeah, and I think because of that, it really impacted my ability to stay pregnant. So I sought a naturopath, and she got me on a natural progesterone cream, which really, really helped me. So she did a hormonal panel, and I started on that. And then 2 months later, I got pregnant with my oldest daughter, and I had to stay on that the whole pregnancy and even postpartum. And so I have used that up until my 5th. I used that every time I was going to have a baby because it was the thing that helped me get pregnant and stay pregnant. So I was so grateful that we were able to do that naturally, and that, that this naturopath was able to help me in that way, because that was just such a gift. So, a little bit of a back story. When I was 18, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she did things differently. She did get a double mastectomy because it was a stage 4, and it was 2 different types of cancer, but she declined radiation and chemotherapy, and she decided to do a natural route. So she did juicing, cleansing, supplements, sought a naturopath, and I was just, I don't know, so inspired by that, and it just changed the whole trajectory of my life. It was the catalyst that got me interested in clean living, and at least I had a good understanding of clean living at that time. And as you know, as I've gotten older and done more research, that's only grown and deepened. So that being the catalyst for wanting to do things natural, I decided that my daughter would be a natural childbirth, which was scary. I did not know anybody who had done a natural home birth, and we had a little janky townhouse, and so I found a midwife who lived like 30 minutes away, and it was an interesting journey, to say the least. I would say that birth was traumatic only because of the fear that I carried. Even though I read all the books and did all the things about natural childbirth, I still carried so much fear of tearing and the pain, and that really impacted my labor. So I handled the labor great. My water broke at 3 a.m. And by 5 a.m., I was already 5 centimeters dilated, and I just labored around the house, and we went on walks. And then I started pushing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and my fear kept me from opening my body. So I pushed for 2 hours, and she was totally stuck, this far out, would not budge for 2 hours. Yes, I remember that very vividly. So my midwife pulled me out of the tub. She gave me an episiotomy, which ended with a 4th degree and double labia tear. And in that whole process, my placenta had detached, and I had started bleeding already. And my midwife, she was also fearful. And so she ended up holding my placenta in. And then I hemorrhaged, and so I lost 3,000 cc's of blood, and I was taken to the hospital. Thankfully, I did not need a blood transfusion. I was 1 point away, but it was a long recovery. I mean, I would say probably it took me 6 months to get back to any form of feeling normal and not having pain down there. So, that also was a catalyst for me in researching and figuring out how I could keep that from happening again, because I knew I wanted more kids. And so I got pregnant just 6 months after I had my daughter. And so I did a lot of mental work. I just spent my entire pregnancy in scripture, prayer, saying affirmations, learning about my body and how it opens and how fear impacts even the cells in your body. And it was a really eye-opening experience for me. And since my first one, so my last 4 children, every birth has been short, fun, and really a beautiful experience. Yeah. So when I would say that, the 4 things that really impacted me was not holding on to fear and trusting my body and the process that it was going through. And then also allowing my body to open and not fighting the contractions, because the contractions are there to open you and to allow the baby to come out. So you just have to trust that you were designed to do this and that your baby was perfectly created inside you to be birthed by you. And then using essential oils. So all my research led me to using essential oils. I started with a different essential oil company. This was almost 7 years ago that I started my journey with essential oils. So I used them with my labors, my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th labor. And I saw the benefits of using them in labor, but I did not have the education or the resources to learn how to use them in an everyday capacity, like with my children and for sleep support and to balance my hormones and all of those things. So fast forward to my 4th son being born. In his first 8 months, he struggled with pneumonia and bronchitis multiple times. It kind of runs in our family. So I sought a chiropractor and I started to get him adjusted, and it was helping, but it wasn't enough. He was still struggling with his breathing. And so the chiropractor gave me a bottle of Young Living peppermint. Now I had peppermint from other companies and it didn't really do anything. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. He was like convincing me it would work. And so I was like, okay, whatever. You've helped us so far, so I'll just trust you. And so I put it on the bottom of his feet, and literally within like 30 seconds, I could see that he was breathing better. And yeah, it was really amazing because I had never seen those effects before in the oils that I was using. So that really led me to digging into why that oil was better. It led me to researching the oil industry and the importance of quality. On my journey, I've learned that research is my best friend, because if I'm informed, then I can make an informed decision for myself and for my family. And that, I believe, is just so powerful. So in saying all of that, I want to go over the importance of using pure and quality essential oils. So I'm going to be looking a little bit at my notes because, yeah. So, not all essential oils are created equally. So with the popularity of oils and the importance of purity, you need to be very careful, especially when you're using them on yourself and your kiddos and your babies. You just don't want to use any oil that you find. So the ones that you find in the store have added fillers and chemicals because the FDA does not put any regulation on it. So really, companies can put 1% essential oil in there and add chemical fillers, and they're allowed to put 100% pure essential oil, and the FDA does nothing. For instance, one chemical filler is hexane, and that is a chemical used to extract more oil from the plant, and it's linked to cancer. And that hits me very deeply because of my mom's history. My grandma passed away because of cancer and the effects of chemo and radiation. So I just want to be really aware of the products I'm using, the ones I'm using around my kids, mainly because I learned that 5 to 10% of cancer is due to genetics, and 90 to 95 has their roots in environment and lifestyle. So, yeah, that is what really made me choose Young Living, because they do not do any of this. They're completely committed to purity, and they have what's known as the seed to seal, and it's their quality commitment. They follow the seed to when it's planted in the ground, the whole way to when the cap goes on the bottle and it gets shipped to you. They don't put any chemicals or fillers in there, and they don't even use pesticides on their crops, and they use their own essential oils to as pest control. They use their own essential oils as pest control. Words are hard, you guys. And a large majority of their crops are hand-picked because of the way that they have to harvest and distill them. So they actually pay a lot of farmers, and they own most of their farms, and they work very closely with those farmers to care for the crops. Also, another thing is they have all of their own distilleries right on the farm location, so that you don't lose any of the medicinal properties when you harvest it through transportation. So they literally harvest it and they put it right into the distillery. One other thing, I know this is getting long. So one other thing that just blew me away is like even the distillation temperature matters. Like if it's off by 1 degree or even 1 hour, you can lose the medicinal properties. So like they even go down to the science of how long it needs to be distilled. So in saying all of that, I wanted to get into some of my favorite oils to use in childbirth. I'm actually gonna do it from the starter kit because those are most of the oils that I love using. So my 2 top tips for natural or childbirth in general, whatever you decide, is chiropractic care all throughout. I started that with my 3rd one, and that made a huge difference for me. Things are shifting and moving as your body and your baby grows. So your body gets out of balance. Our body changes structure, organs move, muscles move, bones move. It's a very, I don't want to say traumatic on your body, but in a sense it is. Like it's meant to handle it, but chiropractic can help keep it balanced, because the less restriction there is on your body when you go into labor, the faster the baby can come out, which is always helpful. So, yeah, and the next thing is essential oils. So I like to have a variety of essential oils when I go and have my baby. I always pack all the things because each one I have craved different oils throughout my childbirth. So one might be something that's calming, and another one might be something that's energizing. It really depends on like what you're responding to in that moment. So having a variety is always helpful. But what I love about the starter kit is they just put all the oils in here to cover a multitude of areas of support. We grab our starter kit oils all day, every day, and they have been such a huge support for me and for my kids and for my husband. Yeah, they're just awesome. So the first one here is lemon. So you can put that in your ice water to stay hydrated. Hydration during childbirth is really, really important. I also love to diffuse or put citrus fresh in my water because it's really uplifting and it gives you a little bit of an energy boost. And then Thieves here. Thieves is a blend of the 5 most popular oils that hate germs. So it's our immune support oil. You can diffuse it to purify the air. You can apply it topically. We use this one every day, and we even make a blend with lemon and frankincense, and I roll that on my kid's spine, on my spine. We diffuse it. This is great when you're going to be around humans. The next one is Digest. This one was probably the first oil that I really have a strong testimony with. I have struggled with digestion problems my whole life. And so Digest is anything digestion. So you've got gas pains, upset tummy, reflux, like anything with your gut. So I like to apply it every morning around my belly button, or you can put it over your abdomen. So when you're in labor, this is great for nausea or gas pains or anything that you might be feeling that is discomfort in that area. So you can apply it topically, or you can even like tip it over on your finger and swipe your tongue. That works awesome. That is like a really quick fix. So then peppermint. I used to, like in my labors, I put it on my temples or along the back of my neck. It's very energizing, and it just kind of makes you a little bit more alert. And it is also great for nausea as well. So just like huffing it right from the bottle is great. Another one that is in here is Raven. Now one thing I will say is that when you go on your journey with essential oils, you want to do your research and use your intuition. One of the oils in here is, whoops, can you see? One of the oils in here is wintergreen in this blend. And they say that wintergreen, they don't advise that you use it during pregnancy or with little ones. But I have used it diluted on my chest when I have had a cold during pregnancy, just because I know how my body responds, and I've been using oils for a while and I felt comfortable doing it. So you just use your intuition and your wisdom, and you do your research. Your gut always knows. Okay, so another one is Panaway. This one, just think about pain. Like, I love this oil. My husband uses it after his workouts. It is great when you do have joint or muscle discomfort during labor. I had back labor with 2 of my kiddos, and it is something intense. So my husband would put this on the back and use like tennis balls and rub it in and put pressure. That doesn't take, the pain away, but it helps ease the discomfort, and it really does a great job at it. The next one is Valor. This is our Courage and Bravery oil. I love this during labor because, especially with dealing with the fear and the mindset, just being able to breathe this in and saying my affirmations and walking myself through the belief system that like my body was created to do this, and I have the strength to birth this child and to deliver this child in a natural way, that that I believe that I am capable. And so having Valor, what I love about essential oils is it can pass the blood-brain barrier, and it affects the different parts of our brain. Like through our scent and the way that we smell, it affects our olfactory system. And so it actually brings about memories, and it affects the way that we think and our blood pressure and breathing and all the things. So using this for confidence and bravery really does work. Another thing is that they nickname it chiropractor in a bottle. So you can use it on your hips and on your spine and so forth to help with alignment before you deliver. And also in regards to the transition phase, like when you get the shakes, I would put this on my inner knees or my inner thighs, and it would really help to calm my whole system. That one was really helpful for me. So frankincense is one of my favorite oils. It's very grounding, it's calming, it's great for your skin. I really like to diffuse it when I'm in labor or apply it to the crown of my head. It actually is able to bring oxygen to your brain. And so it just helps you to be more alert and to just calm your whole system. Yes. Yeah, and I also put it in my moisturizer every night, and I just love it because it helps your skin. So another way that you can use this is for your growing belly, stretch marks, anything like that. You put it in some coconut oil and rub it in. I did that all throughout my pregnancy, and that really helped. And then also, like, that yucky postpartum itchy skin, like this is great for that, and so is lavender. Like those two are fantastic for skin. But in addition, lavender is great for calming, grounding, sleep support. So two more I have here is Stress Away and Peace and Calming. These are two of my favorite oils. Peace and Calming, I would say like one of the main focuses during labor and delivery is relaxing your body like head to toe and allowing the contractions to do their work. So if you're tense from pain or holding on to fear or anxiety, this really helps with that. This I applied like all over my chest and my temples, behind my neck, and I literally would just like hold it during the contraction and just breathe in deeply. This bottle is really what got me through my last labor. I absolutely love this one. It's funny because before that I didn't really use it, and then fell in love during my labor, and now I have to have it like every day, and I've seen the benefits of it, so I use it on my kids when they're having big feelings or my baby can't sleep. It's just a very calming, grounding oil, and it has like a slight floral scent, which I don't usually like those, but it's like, okay, it's just so good, guys. Yeah, so the other one is Stress Away. It actually has vanilla in it, so it's able to lower your cortisol levels, which is what affects our stress and fight or flight. So this really helps to ground you and to get your emotions balanced. This is the one I put on right before I hopped on here when I was like feeling very anxious. Yes, so another way that you can use your oils is with a diffuser, which I didn't bring one, but the kit comes with a diffuser, and that's one of my favorite ways. I love starting the diffuser when I'm in labor, and I put blends that just make me happy and lift my mood, like peppermint and Stress Away are really good in the diffuser. Yeah, they just help to ground and uplift you and give you that energy boost that you need. So one that I would actually add to that is Gentle Baby. This is a favorite around here. Not only does it smell amazing and it's great for your skin and stretch marks when you're pregnant and post-baby and all of that, but it also supports your emotions, and it is really good for postpartum feelings and then bonding with your baby. So I will put this on my chest and I'll snuggle with my newborn, and it just really helps to calm them too. Like I don't know if you've seen this video floating around Facebook, but it was viral at one point, but there was a baby and you could like put it up to their nose and they smelled it and they like instantly stopped crying. It was incredible. But I have seen that with my own kids. They just gravitate to this oil. So that is the breakdown of how I use some of these oils in my childbirth. And I would love to know if there's any questions. And if not, then I'm going to hop off because I've been here for a while and I don't want to take any more of your time. So I hope that was helpful and encouraging. And yes, well, I will check the comments if there are any questions. And I hope that you all have a great evening. I thank you for joining me.